Welcome to another episode of Bella in Your Business. My name is Bella Vasta, and we are gonna talk about something pretty exciting that actually applies to almost every single person listening to this today. I've been noticing something more and more in our industry, and honestly, it's driving me a little crazy. So I need to talk about it. But before I get started, I want to thank everyone who joined us live and on the replay for the GPT class that we did last week. It was awesome. I could literally see the light bulbs going off in so many of your brains. And I've already gotten emails from you guys that have taken the what I call the gateway drug, the one thing I taught you, and applied it to other things in your business. Now, of course, just like any new technology, and actually this is an industry revolution, we aren't actually at a destination. It's more about a perception switch and understanding. It's the difference between understanding that we don't have to go to Blockbuster and go rent a VHS cassette tape anymore and then come home and use it. We can stream right from our home. And that is what AI is doing. And as a lot of you guys are doing AI, I'm noticing something that keeps happening. And I don't want you to dismiss it as, oh no, but that's not me. Our brains always want to say, that's not me. And listen, if you are any jumper of mine, I am not going to let you make these mistakes. And so let's talk about content. Don't get me wrong, like I absolutely love technology and I love all of the LLMs, the large language models that are out there. And I'm always looking for ways to make you work smarter, not harder in your pet sitting and dog walking business. But like there's really something we need to talk about. Like let's get together here. All tools like ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, whatever it is that you use, right? They're everywhere. And they should be for a good reason. I mean, they're even in our phones. You can create content ideas better. You can brainstorm faster. You can tackle writer's block. You can solve problems. There are so many things. Like our last episode, you could see how I could find a new toilet. I could figure out what was wrong with me medically. I could help my dad solve the iPad problem with my mom. There's like literally, there's not much that you can't use AI for. But here's the thing. I'm noticing a lot of you are actually using AI in ways that's making your business sound, well, like not like you. And trust me, your clients are going to notice if they have not already. So today, we're going to have a heart-to-heart conversation about how I and everyone else can tell when you're using AI for content, why it matters in your pet business, and more importantly, how to use it correctly in a way that enhances your voice rather than replacing it. I've been coaching pet businesses for almost 2 decades now, and I've helped hundreds create marketing strategies that really connect with their ideal clients. So much so that I proudly say they don't even use me anymore because they have graduated through my knowledge fields and become experts in their own right. That essentially is the way that I know I've done my job. So I definitely know how to do my job and I definitely know what I'm talking about. And the businesses that are thriving, the ones that have wait lists, that can charge premium prices, the ones that are going to be okay in this, dare I say, recession. Yeah, I said it. That's the elephant in the room. There's going to be, or we are in a recession. And they all have one common thing, and that's like their voice. It's that they have a real voice that is authentic, that builds connection. And I don't want you to miss out on that connection because you're letting AI take over your voice. So stick with me for this episode because I promise by the end you'll have practical strategies because I'm not out to give you problems. You know that I'm out to give you solutions. All right, let's jump in. How can I tell when you're creating AI content? I'm going to give you a couple examples. And I'm not just talking about social media, guys, either. Okay. I'm talking about your website copy, your emails to clients, your blog posts, your newsletters, and yes, even your job postings. Ooh, I know I just triggered a bunch of you right now, but I'm going to tell you, like, you want me to prove it? I will. Here are the dead giveaways. The one size fits all kind of voice. AI has this very specific tone, okay? And it's professional, it's grammatically perfect, and it sounds like it could be talking about literally any topic under the sun. I call it the corporate bland voice. Let me give you an example. When I see an email from a pet sitter that says, "We are pleased to we are pleased to announce that we are offering extended walking services for your canine companions. Our professional team understands the importance of regular exercise for your pet's physical and mental well-being." Hello? Does that sound like any of you? Does it sound like someone who spends their days covered in dog hair, dealing with poop bags, loving every minute of it? No, it doesn't. Real pet professionals talk about how Fluffy tried to chase a squirrel up the tree, or how you got muddy paw prints all over your car again, and how one stubborn cat finally let you pet them after 6 months of visits. If you're reading this and think, "Oh no, my last client newsletter sounded exactly like that example," don't worry. We're going to fix it, and we're going to fix it today. Okay. Same exact writing pattern. AI loves patterns. Okay. So, like, pay attention to this next time you get something back from it. It loves patterns. It creates content with the same sentence structure, the same level of formality, and the same rhythm every single time. Humans don't write that way. We mix things up. Sometimes we write in short, punchy sentences. Sometimes we ramble a bit. We use emphasis in weird places. We might throw in all caps when we're excited to use too many exclamation points. Some of you might be thinking, but that's not professional. Yeah, you're right. It's authentic. It's your voice. It's the way that we express ourselves. Everything doesn't need to be polished and perfect. Okay? And people can also notice this. Take a look at your website copy. Does every service description follow the same exact pattern? Does every paragraph have this same number of sentences? Do your blog posts all start with a question and then 3 paragraphs of explanation and a bullet point list? Don't forget the emojis. That's a huge AI giveaway. And your clients can feel it. They can't, even if they can't quite put their finger on it, your content feels off. I would say not authentic. Then, have you ever read something and thought, wait a second, did I just read the exact same paragraph a few paragraphs ago? AI generated text often loops together ideas in ways to make content feel robotic and redundant. It might say it's important to maintain your pet's routine due to the absence in paragraph 2, and then in paragraph 4 say maintaining your pet's established schedule while you're away is crucial. Same idea, slightly different words. AI does this all the time, especially longer content like blog posts or service pages. It's like trying to hit a word count by saying the same thing multiple different ways. No personality, and it has no soul to it. Like, who are you? Show up authentically online. This is a big one. AI generated content can feel flat. It's missing that human spark. There's no humor, sass, strong opinions, safe, bland information. If you're naturally sarcastic, then where's the sarcasm? If you're known for your dad jokes, where are they? Or your cat jokes or cat mom, cat lady jokes. If you have strong opinions about retractable leash or free feed cats, why aren't those showing up anywhere all of a sudden? Look at your most recent blog post or newsletter. If you replaced your business name with your competitors, would anyone be able to tell the difference? Ooh, I know I just hit a nerve. If not, it's a problem, you guys. Perfectly polished, almost too perfect. AI doesn't make typos. AI doesn't accidentally drop in a slang word. It writes like a textbook, and that's the problem because when everything's perfect, it doesn't feel real. Real humans occasionally make typos. Just ask me. We sometimes start sentences with and or but, even though our English teachers told us not to. We might throw in slang or colloquialisms that aren't proper in writing, but when your business emails suddenly go from casual and occasionally imperfect to flawless formal client voices, it feels like someone else has taken over the communications. Like someone grabbed the mic. AI isn't out there networking, reading industry news, or engaging in the latest discussions. It's pulling from the training data, which can be outdated. That means if you're not fact checking, you might be spreading bad info. If your blog post about pet nutrition doesn't mention the latest recall, or your summer safety tips tips don't include the new tick preventative that just hit the market, it's a sign that you're letting AI generate your content without your expertise guiding it. Look at your last few posts or emails, or maybe not yours. Maybe you haven't done it yet. Maybe someone else's. I'm going to show you how to be a sleuth very easily. Once you see this, you're not going to be able to unsee it. Um, do they follow the exact same formats? Watch, like this is what AI loves to do. They hook a question in the beginning. 3 to 5 main points, bulleted or numbered lists, subheadings that follow the same pattern, calls to action that sound identical, emojis in every predictable place. I almost want to say I posted on my Bella Vasta Facebook profile something similar to this episode, and a couple of people said, "Oh, but Bella, I use emojis." I didn't say this back to them because I didn't have the heart, but I'm going to say this to you right now as you're listening, and maybe you're one of these people. Yeah, but are you using perfect emojis? Are you using them in the perfect pattern, in the perfect structure, at the perfect place? Typically, when I see people use emojis, it's at the end of a sentence and it's one, two, three, four, or five of them. And it's like not even at the end of the sentence, sorry, it's at the end of the post. Okay. A little structure is good, but when every single piece of content follows the exact same formula, it's obvious that AI is doing much of the work. I want you to take a quick look at the last 3 pieces of the content you've created, maybe with AI, or and if it's not with AI, if it's with you. If it's with you, I guarantee you're probably not gonna be able to find a pattern. If it's with AI, I guarantee you're gonna be able to find a pattern. All right. So why does this even matter? Because this, okay, Bella, like stop dogging on me, like stop, making me feel horrible. I am not out to do that. I am out to make your eyes wide and for you to understand your blind spots so that you don't show up online looking like a dum-dum. Yeah, I just said that because there's so many people out there right now and it's cringeworthy. And I'm telling you, it's just a matter of time before the general public starts to also understand this too. And what happens to your credibility instantly will go straight out the window. Trust is everything in pet care. We go into people's homes, we take care of their family members, we have their house keys, alarm codes, access to the most private spaces. Trust isn't just important, it's everything. And how do clients decide to trust you? A huge part happens before they even meet you in person. They're reading your website, they're checking out your social media, they're maybe getting your emails, they're forming impressions about you based off of how you communicate. If your content feels disorganized or disconnected and generic, or like it could belong in any pet sitting business, how do you develop that personal connection that leads like to trust? I've literally had pet sitting clients tell me that they chose me over other sitters because they felt like they knew me from my emails. That was when I had my company. That happens now too. You guys are listening to this podcast right now and you're like, "Oh my gosh, Bella, I feel like I know you because you've been in my ears." That is, first of all, that is a very huge honor. Second of all, if we have not met yet, I want to meet you. Jumpconsulting.net/20. I am not kidding around. I just had 2 calls today. It literally brightens up my day. Like I love getting to know you. And on that note too, I use AI to help me with these scripts for the podcast, but all of it is my own original content. And I've trained it to talk just like I talk. There is no gatekeeping here, you guys. You might, if you're watching this on YouTube, you might see me look at my screen a little bit. Does that thought cross my head? Oh my gosh, they're gonna know I'm reading something? Oh, well, yeah, I am. But you know what? It was my thoughts that came up with it, and that spent 20 minutes tweaking the whole entire script so that I could give you amazing information that would have normally taken me hours, but have made it authentic to my voice. And that's exactly my entire point of this entire episode today. Okay. When your communication suddenly sounds like it's not coming from you, like if I were to read this and say most people need to not do these 5 things for AI. Number one, do not use emojis. Emojis are not believable when they do it. That wouldn't be believable, would it? No. I mean, same content, different delivery, right? It's not so much a fact of like, I think a lot of people think that, like, oh my gosh, AI is helping me with all this content. Boom, here you go. And they've never actually doctored it up for themselves. Another analogy I've been using a lot lately is it's the difference between getting ragu from the store and like simmering it and making your own sauce on your stove. Okay. There is something that goes into the love when you create that that just changes it. So let's be real. Pet sitting and dog walking companies are very competitive fields. And most areas, clients have options. I mean, I meet more people that have more competition or other choices than, oh, I'm the only one in the area. And so, like, standing out in a crowded market is going to be really pertaining to your unique approach and your specific experiences, your distinct personality. These are the competitive advantages that you have that I don't want you to just like put by the wayside and water down. I want you to be the differentiator with your competition. If you're a jumper and you're listening to this right now, this is for you. I want you to take a look at your competitors' websites and content. If yours sounds just like them, which by the way, up until 2025, yes, that was one of my biggest things. I keep telling everyone their websites all sound the same. What makes you different? That's where you can leverage AI. That's where you can take your secret sauce and figure out what your lingo is. I can train you how to make all of this happen really easily. Um, but that becomes your competitive advantage, okay? Now, there's a little bit of an logarithm punishment, and I'm gonna like tread really lightly here because I don't want you to get it twisted. What most people don't realize is that social media algorithms are getting better at detecting and downranking AI content. Now, hold on a minute. Yes, there are things there that you can say this has been created with AI. And it's not that the algorithm literally just like puts it down. Okay. I might have said that a little bit wrong, but what it does is if your content isn't getting interaction, it's going to hide it. And most likely, the AI content you've created that's fluffy corporate jargon is not going to get interaction. Your ego is going to feel great that you wrote something flowery and beautiful and lovely, but it's not going to do what you're actually trying to get it to do. So, again, if you use AI incorrectly, it could drastically hurt you. Business owners who switch to heavy AI usage often report a strange phenomenon. Their engagement drops. And you may have started this, you may have started thinking about doing this, but it will drop if you're doing it wrong because the connection to their audience, their authenticity, their secret sauce has been lost. It happens because the client no longer feels like they're hearing from you. They feel like they're hearing from some generic, robotic, polished, unattainable, unpersonable kind of thing. And then think about it, your client chooses you for your warm, your friendly approach, and suddenly your emails read like corporate memos. There must be a disconnect because they signed up for you, not some generic pet care tips that they can get off of Google. Now, here's something that many of you might not have thought about, and it's becoming a huge issue. This is using AI for your hiring process. I think so many of you guys are so burnt out, stressed out, overwhelmed, and hate the hiring process that you just hand it off to AI and put it on up there. I saw a hiring ad yesterday that had all these like diamond blue emojis and check marks and oh my god, it was like there were so many emojis in it. It looked so horrible. And again, the whole entire thing, like none of it sounded like it was their company. It sounded like such boring, stale corporate jargon. I've been helping pet sitting businesses hire staff for years. And let me tell you, the quality of applicants you tracked is directly to how authentic your job posts are. I'm not playing. When you use AI to write your job descriptions, it usually creates something like this. Are you ready? Trigger warning. I'm going to read this word for word. We are seeking motivated individuals who possess a strong affinity for canines and felines to join our professional pet care team. The ideal candidate will demonstrate reliability, attention to detail, and excellent time management skills. Y'all, no one talks like that in life. Okay. And certainly not the kind of down to earth, animal loving people that make great pet sitters. A better approach would be something like looking for amazing fellow pet lovers who can handle a day full of walks, kisses, and occasional living room zoomies. We need reliable team members who can follow detailed instructions. Pets are counting on you and manage their own schedule. That sounds a lot more realistic, right? See how one sounds faceless corporation and the other sounds like a real pet business owner who's talking to you, who really cares, who's involved in the day-to-day business? The top tier pet care professionals, the ones that you really want on your team, can spot this too. You know why? Because they're looking at probably 20 job ads all at once when they find yours. And there's going to be something unique about your job ad that jumps off the paper to them. And they're just like, oh my God, I can't wait for them to get back to me. Or they just haphazardly like just submit an application like they don't care. That's going to make a really big difference. Give yourself a fighting chance. Why? Because they want to work for genuine people. They want to be able to see themselves, just like their clients. The employees want to see themselves working for your organization. What does it look like to work in your organization? Think about the kind of person that makes an amazing pet sitter or a dog walker. They're usually warm, empathetic, detail-oriented, passionate. They want to work in an environment that has the same qualities, not something that's stale and sterile. And it's not just job postings, you guys, okay? Maybe you don't you're not hiring yet, okay? So I've got something for you too. I've seen businesses try to generate handbooks and manuals totally based off of AI. And the results, generic procedures that don't actually address specific challenges of your business. Your training materials can definitely be based off of something. For heck, I sell a handbook and training manual for just under $1,000 for both of those things. So you can get off to the races running, add in some of your secret sauce. 2 hours later, you could be done instead of weeks or months like I listen to people do this, right? But the thing is that you can't just let AI do the whole thing for you. What using too much AI makes you look like? I'm going to get really brutally honest as if I haven't been already. When you rely too much on it, the clients see that you're disconnected from the business, that you don't have real expertise, and that you look lazy. Sorry, but it's true. I don't mean to offend anybody, but I mean to like shake you awake because everyone's getting on this AI train, which is really great, but I don't want you to make these horrible mistakes and have to go rip everything up and redo it. I am screaming on top of my soapbox right now. Please don't make these mistakes. Please join my community. Please learn alongside me. Please allow me to be your strainer so that I can take all this stuff that's out there in the world telling you about AI. And I can show you exactly what you need to do in your exact business because I've done it with dozens of pet sitters and dog walkers already. You also look interchangeable, like, oh, okay, Charleston pet sitting, switch that for Atlanta dog walking. Same messaging, no big deal. Okay, I've probably scared you enough by now. So let's talk about solutions because you know I'm always about solutions. Because I'm definitely not anti-AI, as you know. And I think AI is an incredible tool that can help all of us if we use it correctly. Okay. And it's not a replacement for your voice. You need to understand how to train it and how to create that so that every single time I'm looking at it, that the goal should be I don't know if you wrote that or if AI wrote that. Who wrote that? That's what it should actually be. It should be your voice, your experiences, your unique perspective. Okay. Always add in your personal stories. Okay. Did a client's dog finally master stay during the walk? Talk about it. Okay. Did you figure out a way to get a picky cat to eat medication? Talk about it. That's the content that proves your expertise and builds connection. Make sure it sounds like you. Actually read it out loud. Okay. Localize it. For the love of God, will you please start including your local city and town in your writings more often? That is one way I can definitely just cut, copy, paste something to someone else's. No big deal. I want you to have personality. Okay. Mix up your formats too. Sometimes you might have short little descriptions. Sometimes you might have like 1 to 2 sentence paragraphs and like really long. Sometimes you might be like story time or like a hero's journey, that arc. Look it up if you don't know what I'm talking about. Sometimes you just might be, there's different formats that you can do. And if you're doing the same format all the time, it's really obvious. So think about really what kind of formats you put in. Share strong opinions. Okay, go drop a bomb and walk away when appropriate. AI tends to be very middle of the road. So if you're very much against shock collars or those prong collars, or you're very for clicker training, or what does positive reinforcement mean to you, talk about it. I think sometimes the hardest part about creating authentic content isn't necessarily detecting when the AI is taking over, but it's figuring out what your authentic voice is. Because I think it's amplifying a major problem that a lot of business owners have yet to even figure out. And AI is going to make you better because it's going to make you figure that out. Do you understand what I'm saying? Already, so many of you, your websites, I can cut copy paste on anyone else's. Already, most of your branding isn't really your own understanding, your own words, because it's just generic, right? Enough to get it out there. This is really important, you guys. AI is not going to hurt you. It can enhance you if you let it. Before, you didn't have the creative brain juice to think about, oh, what is my brand and how do I say this? And what would be like a good theme, or how do I write, and what are my authentic experiences, and what kind of posts do I actually put out there? Now, you don't need to be like bewildered or paralyzed in all of these thoughts in your head. You can rely on AI if you do it correctly, if you drive the car correctly. Ask your best clients, your long-term ones, why do they choose you? What do they think your communication style is? Record yourself talking. That's something else where you can start hearing yourself more. Okay. Join a community that gets it. It's really hard to figure out how to do something on your own. It's really hard, and even if you are a self-starter or someone who likes to do things on your own, it's really easy to, not be held accountable, get lost in the shuffle, when you get knocked down or you're tired or, just brain fog, to never really get back up and force yourself to do it. Get yourself in a community of people that matter. Yes, this is my time where I say join the mastermind. If any of this stuff sounds amazing to you, please, it's 177 a month. It's month to month. I am the first and longest mastermind in the entire industry. We started this in 2018, the OG, if you will. And every single month we have different topics. We have accountability partners if you want them. We have goal setting if you want them. I will get on a video and coach you. Okay? That's how much I love it in there. That's how much I love you guys. So AI is definitely here to stay. And the good thing for busy pet owners, if used correctly, it can really help you. But unfortunately, I see all too many times people using it incorrectly. And I really hope that this episode helps give you some food for thought, or some, let's see, creativity for some typing, to make you not make the same mistakes that everyone else is doing, and make it be like, I don't think she's using AI. She's just a really good writer. Imagine that. Imagine if it wasn't, oh yeah, I got some information out and AI is doing my marketing, even though it's not doing anything for you, to I can't even tell if that was written with AI or if that's her. That's where you want to be. And that's where I'm going to leave you today. I want you guys to remember that when life gets you down, always keep jumping. And hopefully you'll jump right on into the mastermind at jumpconsulting.net/mastermind. Have a wonderful week, and I'll be back again next week.